Hey guys, this is just me, Corey here. I just wanted to make a quick few minute video here just to kind of had do like a video update type of thing. Um it was kind of brought to my attention, like I've had some other people in the recovery community and mental health community you know, do the same thing basically. And I've been kind of watching their videos on YouTube and stuff like that and seeing how they're doing and handling their recovery. And just thought, they thought it might be a good idea if I give it a try too. So I've been kind of batting the idea around for a while. So um, plus, just to kind of keep, everybody, all my friends and family back home in Michigan and everything, up to date with what's going on with me and stuff like that, I thought it'd be a good idea. Um, so this is for, everyone in the, recovery community and in the mental health community and um, anyone else, any friends or family interested. Um, so basically, what's going on with me is I've had kind of a different year, over the past year. Um, I'm at a point now where I've lived in Seattle area, here in Washington State for a while now, and I'm at the point where I'm kind of finally starting to adjust to it and get used to this area, get used to living in the Seattle area. So, I mean, I still don't plan on staying here like, more than, a couple few years, but it's all right. It's going all right. I do have a lot of good things going on for me here that I'm going to talk about in this video that I'm very thankful for right now that are going on for me. Um, so basically, I had a job here when I first moved over here. I had a job and I was working for about 3.5, almost 4 months. And then I ended up losing my job. A lot of that was just because of my alcoholism and I was getting sick a lot too when I first moved over here. I was getting like physically sick, like strep throat, sinus infections, stuff like that, like all the time. And so it was making things really difficult. Plus, I ended up relapsing. When I first moved over here, I relapsed and I went on a binge drinking episode that was from about April 5th to May 5th. It was exactly about 1 month. And it was just really detrimental. And went off my psychiatric meds and stuff like that and ended up crashing and burning. So the whole thing was just a really, really scary situation. So that went on for about a month. And I finally, after that happened, I ended up losing the job. But I haven't worked since then. But I do have a lot of good things going on for me. Basically, since that's happened, I've gotten a lot of help for my drinking problems and my mental illness and stuff like that. Um, so I've been in pretty extensive outpatient therapy ever since then. Throughout the past I've been in outpatient therapy for almost about a year now. It'll be a year this June. I think yeah, I think it's June. So basically what's going on is I am very fortunate because um I'm getting some help right now, for my mental illness. I don't collect disability. But I'm on a program that's called HEN. It stands for Housing and Essential Needs, and it only exists here in the state of Washington. So those of you back home aren't going to know what it is, but to kind of explain how it works is instead of getting giving me like a cash benefit, like a disability check, um what it does is it gives a check to my landlord directly, because how my housing situation is this room back here. um me and Mike rent this bedroom here from his mom, and so basically what Hen does is it pays my rent for me. It doesn't give it to me. It gives it directly for his to his mom to for me to rent this room, and then they also provide me with bus fare. I have an unlimited bus pass. Um, it's right here actually. Um, This is the Orca card. This is how everybody in Seattle who takes the bus, well, not everybody, but most people, um, even people who aren't like, on disability or assistance or anything like that, it's like a debit card for your bus fare basically. And so they give me this unlimited bus pass, and that's how I get it. And I have to renew it every 90 days, which is cool. And then every 2 months, I have an appointment where I go in and get a bag full of hygiene supplies and cleaning supplies that I can use to clean around, this room and the apartment and stuff like that. Um, I try to help out like with a lot of house chores and stuff like that, and just keep really busy around the house. Do a lot of cleaning and stuff like that. We have inspections coming up this week at our apartment, so it's a good thing. I'm kind of been in my cleaning mode the past couple of days, and I'm getting ready for it. So basically, that's how Hen works. As it gives me those hygiene supplies and it pays my rent for me. So it's basically kind of like being on disability, but it's instead of giving me straight cash, it just gives me the stuff itself basically. And it's basically the same thing, because it's basically if I was actually on SSI, it's the same thing I would be spending my check on anyway, so it doesn't really make any difference to me. um so basically, the reason I'm on Hen is uh it is a temporary disability program. You do have to have some type of disability, and so right now I get it for mental disabilities. I am diagnosed right now, currently with post traumatic stress disorder, major depressive disorder, and paranoid schizophrenia right now, and so that is basically what qualifies me for the program. And um, those are things that can be managed, that I'm trying to work on. And basically, how it works is I'm case managed by two different agencies here right now. um, I go to for my treatment, I go to Valley City's mental health, which is located right here in Kent, Washington. That's right where I live, is in between Seattle and Tacoma. It's called Kent, Washington. Um, and so they're right here in Kent, and I go there for my psychiatric treatment, for my schizophrenia and my depression and stuff like that. So they've really been a helpful agency to me. And I'm also case managed by DESC Clinical, which is located downtown Seattle. Um, Takes me the better half of an hour to get there by bus, but that's okay. And that is for my alcoholism and substance abuse treatment. Um, and they've actually also, at first, I wasn't too sure about it, but I basically have to do it in order to be on Hen. That's the requirement, for me able to get that benefit. Um, so I go there, a couple times a week for my treatment there, and it's actually been a really helpful agency for me too. They're helping me pursue housing. I am pursuing getting my own place right now. Renting the room, is going pretty cool, but I do want to get my own apartment again, and so I've been on a wait list for um, subsidized housing here for a few months, and they've done a lot to help me with that. They've done a lot to help me fill out the paperwork for it and stuff like that. And I actually did get approved at one place, so I just have to wait for it now. So I have about a 10-month wait ahead of me. It's a total of 12 months wait time, and I've already been waiting for a couple of months now, so I figure I have about 10 or 11 more months to wait for it. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about that too. So basically, right now, since I'm between jobs, basically these agencies, kind of have me involved in a lot of groups and stuff and classes and stuff like that, as well as individual appointments with like my peer counselor, my therapist, my psychiatrist, and my chemical dependency counselor. um so That kind of takes up a lot of my time, and I'm waiting to get into school right now. I'm gonna be this June 27th. I'm gonna be starting school at Seattle Vocational Institute, for their medical assisting program. So I'm kind of excited and nervous about that. I'm thinking about maybe making some more videos where I talk about that later on. I'm a little bit worried about, how my mental illness is gonna affect my ability to focus on the program and learn and stuff like that. But like I said, that's a different topic. I'll make another video about that later. Um, but so yeah, I've got I've gone through a lot of different classes and stuff like that. Some of them are, and I have like basically one each day, a different class each day, Monday through Friday. And so some of them, the ones with Valley Cities, are, more about, like how to cope with mental illness and stuff like that. And these are just like a couple hours a day. And then at when I go to DESC, their classes are more about like staying clean off alcoholism and staying clean off substances and stuff like that. So, and some of you guys know, some of you didn't. I did have a little bit of a slip up in my recovery, as far as my drinking, not too long ago. I had about 8.5 months of total sobriety, where I just wasn't drinking, I wasn't smoking pot, I wasn't doing any kind of illegal drugs or anything like that, and I was doing really good for 8.5 months. I go to a lot of 12-step meetings and support groups, in addition to my outpatient treatment, and that really helps me out a lot too, and it helps me kill a lot of time too, and it helps keep me sober. So, but basically, what happened was, earlier at the beginning of this year. I just kind of started getting complacent in my recovery, which those of you who are in recovery too know that that can be a bad thing. Um, so I stopped going to, my outpatient treatment. I was just kind of, missing all my groups and appointments for, a couple months, and I was just going to less meetings too. I was only going to like one or two meetings a week, which for me just doesn't work. And so I ended up having a bit of a slip up here last month in March, and the last time I relapsed, I was like, really, I didn't want to go back to AA. I didn't want to go back to meetings and stuff like that, and because I was just so embarrassed about it and stuff like that. But this time, I'm really not. Like, everybody tells me just, stay focused and just instead of giving up, just bounce back on my feet basically, and um, so basically that's what I've been trying to do, like instead of letting it like get me down and like constantly beating myself up over it. um i just uh I just kept going to my meetings and stuff like that, and I just got right back into my my classes with Valley Cities and DESC, and told everybody what was going on and what happened and stuff like that. And I've had a lot of really supportive friends and family that have helped walk me through this too. That you guys know who you are, and I'm really appreciative of that. Um, so that's kind of what's going on. But for the past 3 weeks, I've been doing really good as far as getting to these classes, getting to my appointments. Just staying very consistent, staying very busy and productive. And I'm gonna continue doing that basically until school starts this June. I got a lot of stuff I got to do as far as appointments with the school and taking care of that, and setting up different programs to help like financial aid and stuff to help me pay for tuition. So that's going on. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Stay on track with my recovery and just keep giving this another try. Over the past few weeks here, I have been doing really good again. So hopefully, I don't know how this video is going to turn out. Hopefully, at least maybe one or two people, in a similar situation can relate to it. If not, that's okay too. I just kind of wanted to let everybody know what's going on. And so maybe I'm thinking about maybe making another another one of these video updates, like in the near future, just before I start school, and just let everybody know what's going on, how I'm doing and stuff like that. So um okay guys, well, those of you who watched the video, thank you. I don't know if it made any sense or not, but thanks for watching it. You guys have a good one. Peace out, guys.